So we're doing so fun. Okay, please stand for Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation. Okay, welcome everyone. Jim is not joining us tonight. He had a work obligation, and he could not get out of it. So I will be chairing this meeting. So I guess I do a call to order, right? And then under the first agenda item, emergency services, we have a resolution. Resolution 032123.01. This is the resolution to adopt the Emergency Operations Plan, the EOP. And there are 4 whereas clauses, and the concluding paragraph reads, now therefore be it resolved that the Tinicum Board of Supervisors this 21st day of March 2023 adopts the Emergency Operations Plan, checklists and notification and resource manual dated February 1st, 2023. This resolution shall be effective immediately upon its adoption. So may I have a motion to?
I'll make the motion to approve the emergency operations plan.
Okay, and I second. Any discussion? Any questions? No. Okay. It's
All in
approved.
favor?
All in favor.
We're gonna have a vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, aye. Yeah. All right. And I'll just take this moment to acknowledge that we had an executive session this evening that ran from 6 to 7:30, and we discussed potential property acquisition and litigation. Next on the agenda, under old business, the update regarding the Headquarters Road Bridge. We have 2 points here. The first is that the township did in fact file an application for the Economic Development Initiative Grant. And we submitted that application and a letter of support from Representative Lab's office on March 15th, 2023. We are also considering the Griffin Engineering proposal. The proposal that we have in front of us is dated March 11th, 2023, and it is from a firm called Griffin Engineering, who, at the request of attorney Janine Bauer, prepared a proposal to update and amend their prior construction cost estimate and summary report regarding the rehabilitation of the Headquarters Road Bridge. The estimate for this work is $7,500. And we are considering retaining his services in accordance with this proposal, and the cost of the services would be covered through the escrow donation and funds that have been previously kind of dedicated to the township.
So you need a motion for that approval for the Griffin?
Yes.
I'll make that motion
Okay.
to move forward with that proposal.
I'll second. Any discussion? Does anyone have any questions?
Well, what are they supposed to be doing?
Sure. So what are they doing?
They're updating
They're-
the original.
In July of 2016, Griffin Engineering prepared a report and construction cost estimates for the Delaware Riverkeeper Network based on conceptual alternative information that was prepared and provided by the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation. After that date, in January of 2017, a separate consulting engineering firm prepared more detailed preliminary plans for the Headquarters Road Bridge rehabilitation, also for the DRN. And it is those plans, my understanding, that Griffin Engineering is proposed to be retained to update those numbers for the cost of rehabilitating the bridge.
So that there'll
That
be
makes sense.
current figures to provide to the appropriations people along with the EDI grant.
So the kind of the output from this, we would, I assume he would prepare a report or some kind of proposal regarding the cost estimates for a rehabilitated bridge. We would then supplement the application for the EDI grant that we filed a couple weeks ago.
We had a
Okay.
motion, you have a second?
So Doug Bond is separate, but I think they operate in kind of overlapping circles. They know each
Griffin's gonna
other.
Be doing the work. Griffin Engineering is gonna be doing the work in concert with Doug Bond, giving him direction and him providing some information to Doug Bond. So Doug Bond can talk to our engineer in the township so they can come up and agree on a cost of,
Mhm.
and what else has to be done. Yeah.
Doug Bond.
Everybody's gonna be
recommended
working
these
in concert.
Right.
Yeah.
The missing piece. Okay. Are there any other questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Under new business, we have, I'm missing that page, Terry. Hold on. Here it is. Yep. So the Upper Black Eddy Volunteer Fire Company, so this is a letter from Tinicum Township asking the Upper Black Eddy Volunteer Fire Company to provide fire police for traffic control on behalf of this board for the 2023 Arts Festival on July 8th from 10 to 6 and July 9th from 11 to 5 at Tinicum Park in Irwina.
I just need your authorization to send that letter to Bridget.
Need a
That's fine with me. We need a motion? May I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You're welcome. So we have received an application for a volunteer for the Land Preservation Committee. Cindy Gaspare, who serves on the EAC, has applied to also be appointed to the LPC. I've reviewed her application. I would ask for a motion to appoint Cindy Gaspare to the LPC.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so planning continues for the Tinicum Township Earth Day Fair, which will be held on April 22nd. It's a Saturday from 10 to 2 at the Tinicum Township Community Park behind Cooper Mechanical off of 611. The rain date is Sunday, April 23rd. So we are lining up vendors. We have live music scheduled. It's going to be a great family-friendly event, and we hope that everyone joins us. Under regular business, we have the minutes from March 7th, 2023, and March 9th, which was the continuance meeting. Have you reviewed those minutes?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I have as well. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from those, one meeting on 2 dates?
I'll make that motion to approve.
Okay, and I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The treasurer's report and budget recap.
On bulletin board and in your pocket.
Okay. Thank you. We have Payroll period ending March 10th, 2023 in the amount of $33,865.59. May I have a motion to approve the payroll?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. Any discussion?
Nope.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And next up, we have disbursements. Have you had a chance to review the disbursements?
Just give me one more
Yeah.
minute. I just real quick want to look at something. Penn, Terry, Penn Teledata, that's the police, stuff. Is that correct?
Pentel data is all the, internet, modems for every.
And it has a number. That's why I asked you that.
Oh, I see that, that's the number that's on the check stub.
Yeah.
It should say internet modems, all parts.
Okay, that's what I needed. That's the only question I had.
Okay. I don't have any questions. May I have a motion to approve the disbursements as listed?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
And Terry, the next on the agenda is the sale of the police fleet vehicle. Would you like to
Yeah.
introduce that?
We had, we replaced, the 2014 Ford Explorer from the police department. We advertised on Municipid. We have, the highest bid of $6,900. I would have printed it for everyone, but the the printer's broken. So I just need a motion for you to accept the highest bid for the sale of that car, and then we can move it out of the parking lot and take it off of our insurance.
Okay, I'll make that
Mhm.
motion.
I'll second.
All right. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And Terry, would you like to do the Public Works item?
As everyone knows, we do our, we go to bid every year for our annual seal coat, tar and chip, to help keep our roads in good condition. Our cycle is now on Sector 1, which is the northernmost part of the township. And we just need authorization from the board to move forward with our liquid fuels advertisement for seal coat.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
As a side note, Terry, you attended a meeting with the PennDOT.
Oh, yes,
With
Doug and
Doug,
I both,
Why
yes.
don't you just briefly
That's
say-
right. So Doug and I were invited by Representative Lab's office to attend a meeting at Potter's Lane, the PennDOT County Maintenance Office. PennDOT explained to us the same thing everyone is going through about they're shorthanded, as we all know, and their budget going down and all the reasons why. And some of the things that they're doing to try to solve everyone's issues and work with everyone with the limited personnel and the limited money available. Ironically, they adopted a system similar to the one Doug and I have been using here with a maintenance schedule and color-coded sectors. It was a very good meeting as far as communication. We are getting a new representative. The board, I believe, has met Al. It's Al. Derek Littlejohn's is being moved. But it was good when you have these face-to-face meetings and the relationships. And there is another meeting coming up where they'd like to talk to us about some ideas they had. I'll let everybody know when that finally is scheduled, but it was a good meeting.
Good.
I
Thank
don't
you.
really have anything that much
Thank you.
different.
Well, no, just to announce that you have met with them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda under zoning is an operation and maintenance agreement. You'd like to?
Yes.
identify this?
Mr. Urbick at 59, 59. Mr. Urbick at 594 Hollowhorn Road has a permit to install a drip irrigation wastewater system at that property, and under the township's septic system management ordinance, it requires an installation and maintenance agreement. I've prepared that in the standard township form, submitted it to Mr. Urbick, who has signed it. I now need a motion for the board to approve and sign the agreement. excuse me,
Bless you.
so that I can record it.
Do you want to make that motion?
Okay, I'll make that motion.
Okay, and I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next on the agenda is under subdivision and land development. First, land development number 2022-3 is the land development of Trenton, and CU 2022-1 conditional use of Trenton. This is the property located at 31 Creamery Road in Ottsville. Tax parcel number 44-001-022-002. The Planning Commission is waiting to receive revised plans, and this is currently scheduled to be considered by the board on April 18th of 2023. The next is the subdivision 2023-1, a minor subdivision of the Luck property. And this is a parcel that's located kind of Center Road north of Headquarters Road, just kind of there on the corner. The Planning Commission reviewed this application on February 28th, 2023, and it is scheduled to come before this board on April 18th of this year. That is all that we have for our agenda. I'd like to open things up for public comment. Okay. So folks who just joined us, we just opened things up for public comment, so welcome. Vladimir? Mhm.
Just turn that on, Vladimir, if it's not on. Just the button on the, right, you see it at the base of the unit, right there.
Okay, Vladimir Salomon, Headquarters Road. I just wanted to ask, at the last meeting, you were talking about the engineers had some proposal to dig behind the walls,
The abutments.
the abutments
Mhm.
of the Headquarters Road Bridge. And first, I wanted to question which engineer proposed that dig? And can you answer
You want to
that?
answer it?
Sure, so
Yeah.
this was something that Doug Bond had requested. His firm's availability is for sometime in the month of April, so that's the timing that we're looking at for that. We're in communication with PennDOT regarding kind of the risk of loss and the exposure if the bridge is further damaged in that process, and who bears responsibility for that. So we're
Mhm.
kind of ironing out those details.
So Doug Bond proposed that. Does that mean that the Griffin Engineering Company is the one that's gonna be doing that exploratory dig, or what?
No, Griffin Engineering is simply doing kind of the pricing of the rehabilitated
Okay.
bridge, just kind of getting that old number that has been kicked around for a number of years, getting that up to current numbers.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm concerned about that as something that would compromise those abutments. Because even though, as Jim Helms pointed out, you know, the strength of a wall is in compression. That wall was built with, from what I understand, with batter, meaning that it was stepped backward at I think Kathy said it's a 5-degree slope. Is that correct? Okay, well, at any rate, which means that basically the wall is canted inward, and digging behind it, to me, it seems to, you know, really raise the possibility of compromising that wall. And that would then ultimately cause the destruction of the bridge. So that's why I was, you know, my concern.
I'll go with
My
it.
concern
I think
is-
you're going with basic.
I mean, my feeling is, Vladimir, that this, you know, this is being requested by Doug Bond. who has kind of always maintained the position that the bridge can be
Mm-hmm.
rehabilitated. And
Yeah, that's a
he's,
comfort for me to know that.
and he's feeling like this is something that he needs to do just to kind of complete the
Okay.
information that he has to begin putting the actual plan together.
Okay,
I think what he wants to do, Solomon, is he wants to be sure that the structure, the abutment structure, is sitting on something that's stable. So when he does do the final plans or design for the rehabilitation bridge, that he's comfortable in designing it on something that's stable. You know,
well, we know that it's on bedrock.
Well, now,
We see that
we,
from,
we might all
from
think we
Creek Road.
know, but he's the engineer who's got to put his stamp and signature on a plan when he designs it. He's the gentleman who asked for it to get done.
okay,
Borings had been supplied to him.
Okay.
And he said, I need more information. And he also is very well aware that it's going to be done at a very slow pace, gently, so that he doesn't disturb anything. So he's well aware of what has to be done.
okay, all right.
I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, well, it does. In part.
In-
I still
Well,
have
if I can do the
concerns.
second part,
I guess.
answer.
I still have concerns. But, okay. I've voiced
Thank
them.
Yeah, Catherine Auerbach, Center Road. To sort of follow up, I think maybe with Vladimir's concerns, what I was thinking about when I heard the idea of that last meeting. It's not, I mean, certainly I'm not a fan of digging behind there, but the other concern is also that it is covered completely and carefully, even during the process, in case we get a large rain, because opening up behind there would then introduce water where it hasn't been and could cause a new pattern of water drainage and things that is things. So I don't know how that can be incorporated into any stipulations with the testing to make sure that consistently it is properly covered so that drainage water doesn't get in.
Catherine, if I understand the process, it's all going to be done in hours. It's not a day, 2 days.
Well, we
It's all
never,
gonna-
no, hopefully that's, yeah.
Well, they're not going to
hopefully.
go out there in the middle of a rainstorm, I'm sure, but
No,
when they do open it up, it's going to be covered up as quickly as they can look at the base and decide that they're comfortable with it, and then they're going to backfill it right away. It's not going to be left open
okay, you mean, so
for any
that
kind
it's
of
really,
exposure.
yeah,
Correct.
okay, that's good. No, I wasn't sure how.
Yeah.
'Cause it sounded like a large trench, actually. I didn't.
No, no, it's not going to be that large. I
Okay.
think all he wants, Doug Bond, and I'm paraphrasing here, I think all he wants to do is look at where it is on the base, what is it sitting on, and has there been any movement, visual, has there been any
Mhm.
movement? And then he's going to just cover it right back up again. He
Mhm.
just wants to be comfortable that when he designs this thing, that it's going to be able to carry the weight of the new rehabilitated bridge.
And have they fully investigated in the water on the front of the abutment?
They investigated everything. They have a
All
lot
that.
of information
Okay.
already. This is just one more element that he'd like to see
Mhm.
or understand before he gives his blessing to moving
Okay.
forward.
Or at least to
I
design
think it's
this,
in all our best.
design the
interest to get
specs or whatever for what needs to be done there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right, good, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any further public comment? Okay, seeing none. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all for
Thank you,
coming.
everyone. Good night.
She almost broke her record. No, she almost broke her record.